There was a point where I'm driving a Bugatti Veyron and I have less than $1,000 in my bank account. Literally. Like literally. And I'm thinking, I have to get a car loan on something to pay my bills. Like that's how tight things got. Because every month I was putting away every dollar I had to pay back these taxes to get caught up. Because obviously I'd love to pay and be caught up on April 15th. I wasn't able to pay any quarterlies that year before that because of the home renovations going so out of control. Instead of that money I was putting away to pay quarterlies, it was going into the house. So that's where it got so like up 500 grand for paying 2025. So every dime I had, October, I had to, I had to pay it. So like I was giving myself no margin whatsoever, and had a Bugatti Veyron at the same time.
You know what? Does that make you technically the poorest Bugatti owner on the planet?
Yes. I made that joke all the time. I was the world's poorest Bugatti owner, the world's poorest 300SL Gullwing owner. So that's why I was like, okay, I need to get out of this Bugatti. And that was the thing. I was like, I made this deal on the Bugatti in November of 2024. And then my tax thing hit. Like I got through the home renovations and thought, okay, I'm done. I'm good. And then like, I'm used to spending all this money every month. Like I'm comfortably able to like spend 100 grand a month. Let's continue this theme and let's just keep the party going. Like what an idiot. So I got the Bugatti Veyron and obviously then the tax thing popped up and I had no cushion because I had a $15,000 car payment. I had an $8,000 mortgage now and $20,000 a year property taxes and or $8,000 a month mortgage and all that and all these other expenses that were just like before that I had a reasonable mortgage and all this disposable income to spend on cars and that's all I did and I took my overhead to this like 10x my overhead for stupid. It was so stupid.
How do you deal with the stress of that?
Just not well. Yeah, I had it happened very recently where I had a bad week. I had a really bad week with the 300SL Gullwing. I'd just come back from a trip and it was supposed to be kind of a recharge trip and it was with family and kids. And with the kids, you're kind of, you have to do things for the kids. So it's not as relaxing. You're playing at the pool. It's fun to play with your kids and all that stuff, but you're not like chilling and reading a book and just watching the waves and all that stuff. And then there's all the flights back and the flights are really long ways back with 2 connections. It's so you're exhausted from travel. We get home, the wife wants to take down Christmas right away. And I'm a dummy. And right before Christmas, I put my 300SL Gullwing in my living room with the doors up and did an unwrapping because it's just come to Kansas and all that stuff. And I'm just so burned out from just all the December because December is the busiest month or the biggest month for ad revenue, ad rates and all that stuff. So I had to put up so much content there and all these sponsor obligations. And then I took a week off, which was really hard for me to do. And I had so much things I needed to do. But then the car had to get out of the living room so we could take down the Christmas tree and all that stuff. So I just wasn't thinking. I went and just pushed the car out with the doors open and it caught my house and almost ripped the door off of this $2 million 300SL Gullwing. And it's just because I'm so tired and brain fogged and burned out. These aren't the kind of mistakes that I normally make. Like I make stupid mistakes on YouTube and a laugh, but not stuff like that. And it's just total brain fog, just so stupid. And then that same week, I get home and I pick up the kids after a really hard, long work day, and I'm so brain fogged. And April had just left my wife for a trip, and she took my laptop charger, and I needed to get going on editing. The other laptop charger was in the back shop and all that stuff, so I went to get it. I let the dog out, and then forgot. Came back in, and the dog ran around to catch me because he never goes to that side of the house. And I came inside, I plugged in my laptop, I started going, and I went, oh, the dog went out. The dog's not in his normal spot. He had come around and I saw on the cameras. He came around to me. He's very excited to see me. Daddy's outside. Comes to the door. Right as I slammed the door in his face. I never saw him. But then he's on that side of the house, right by the road. And he wanders out in the road and gets hit. He's killed. He's killed.
Be serious.
Killed. So, and I come out, I can't find him. He's not in his normal spots. I know there's like the coyote's got a goose over. So I think maybe he's going over there sniffing that dead goose or what's left of the goose. He's not there. I'm like, oh crap, I have to go out in the car and find him. And I go out and I pull to the end of the driveway. This thing that just loved me, worshiped me is
oh my gosh.
All because like, I've got to get editing. I got to get all this stuff. I got to like, oh, got the kids the food, all that stuff. And normally I'm such good at multitasking, so good at like, and careful and like, I felt like I lost half of my brain function. Like I feel brain fog. I feel this lower operation of my brain because I've been just foot on the gas for so long. going so hard. And that was like, obviously devastating, just devastating. But then at the same time, I'm just like, this is reset. I talked about it. Like I had said it before in a previous video, like this reset's happening and I need to take it easier. And that was the whole point of selling the Bugatti and just trying to make things easier on myself rather than like, I have to do this or I lose everything. Like I didn't have a cushion. And I just realized like, okay, we're resetting. This is the pivotal moment, the turning point of just like, I can't operate like this anymore. And so you're seeing the new me. I mean, this is
wow.
So I did Barrett Jackson. I couldn't stop. So the dog unfortunately got hit, and then I had to go the next few days and go do Barrett Jackson. It was.
How do you keep it together? Something like that.
I just had to do it. So I did Barrett Jackson, and so that's very grueling. It's 5 days of television.
Yeah.
The last 2 days are 10 hours each. So I'm doing 20 hours of live television in 34 hours or something like that, because there's like a 14-hour break in between, and you're 10 hours nonstop television, and you have to think of something to say on every single car. And the last day on Saturday, the main announcer, my main co-host, loses his voice, and I have to kind of almost quarterback the thing, but there's other guys that do a great job, but it meant a lot more work for me and no break for 10 hours. So then like, okay, I need to reset. So then like I get an invitation to go speak in California, and it involves Google and AAA. It's an amazing opportunity to meet Google executives I'd never met before and some things. It was a really cool opportunity. So I had to say yes to that, but that meant home for 2 days on a plane again. And then you text me up and say, hey, you got to come on this podcast, especially after doing Doug DeMuro. I'm home 3 days. I have to do it again. This is the last of that whistle stop tour of me. Like Doug DeMuro talked about it so well, about him being able to take his foot off the gas, focus on family, and how, yes, he did that so hard for so long, but you just can't forever. And I am at that point now where I've made some moves and made some steps, and everything is good now. I like in an immediate weight. I know how to get through all this stuff, but I already know like things are so good, and everything's so amazing at home with my kids, with April. It's so incredible to have like a new outlet for my YouTube as far as doing a second channel with my wife April Rose, who has a big media background. We met working at Barrett Jackson and all that stuff, so that like the pieces are there for this amazing, wonderful life, and it just requires me to not be as frantic and for me to simplify things at least 30%, and it's so doable. And so you're seeing the page turn right now, right? So,
well, we really appreciate you coming on the show. I had no idea that it was in the middle of such a chaotic.
No, I mean I really wanted to do it, especially Doug. Like, it's like man, like Doug, you want to talk about something else other than me? And it's like, okay, I got to find up some revenge Doug DeMuro stories, since he's decided to just really tell Hoovie stories. So.
Now, one of the biggest traps with healthy snacks is just how misleading they are. A lot of protein bars, I've noticed, still spike your blood sugar, contain hidden sugars, or contain ingredients you can't even pronounce. And then you're hungry again an hour later. That's why we love the sponsor of this clip, War on Sugar. They make a bar that actually keeps your blood sugar stable, tastes great, and contains ingredients that you recognize.
War on Sugar bars are amazing. They're designed specifically to avoid insulin spikes, and their sweetness comes from monk fruit, which is exactly how they stay sweet without getting that blood sugar response. Plus, they use healthy fats and natural fiber to slow digestion and keep energy steady. And the result is amazing. It's no spike, no crash, and no craving afterwards, just clean, sustained energy that actually lasts.
And the ingredients list is refreshingly simple. No sugar alcohols, no preservatives, no natural flavors. Everything comes from real nuts, real fruits, and real cocoa.
So whether you're watching your blood sugar, eating low carb or keto, traveling or training, or you just need a grab-and-go bar that actually fills you up, War on Sugar is that bar.
They've got great flavors like lemon blueberry, peanut butter pistachio, and chocolate peanut butter crunch.
Seriously, guys, I highly recommend it. Just go to waronsugar.com and use code ICED10 for 10% off your first box. Once again, that is waronsugar.com. ICED10 is the code for 10% off your first box. I have a problem. When I eat, I spike and I crash and I cannot focus. I do not suffer that with War on Sugar bars, so I highly recommend it. Thank you so much to War on Sugar for sponsoring this clip.